folks, this is all the fruit. I'm in the Botanic Garden of Florence. Florence in Italy, situated in a Mediterranean to rather sub-Mediterranean climate, so of course it has a lot of greenhouses for its collections. Well, the small greenhouses, there's like almost a dozen of them, are not accessible. You can just look into some of them. They have two big ones, a cold greenhouse and a warm greenhouse. And this one is the warm greenhouse. And it's open. Well, it's a very old building. Well, the Botanic Garden is from the 16th century, but the greenhouse is from the 19th century. And as you can see, back then, glass was very expensive, so the whole northern wall is masonry, just like the northern part of the ceiling. Only the southern half of the ceiling is glass, and also a lot of big windows and big glass doors on the inner side. So basically, they were trying to create a greenhouse, but not to spend a fortune on glass, which of course makes it a bit darker and not that perfect for plants to survive, especially since in winter light in Italy is not too abundant anyways. So let's see what we have here. Basically, yeah, it's kind of a mix of a lot of different unrelated things here. Dracena, there's some Aralias, and so on, Anturium, Moraraliaceae, Pavonia. Interesting. Well, most of those things will be brought out soon, but just like in the cold greenhouse, which is a greenhouse without heating, still almost all the plants are indoors. We are the first days of May, and still they don't trust the weather enough to take out all those plants, not even from the cold greenhouse. I think they know something. They know that sometimes in the first 1 or 2 weeks of May they can still be quite significant frosts. Here you can see this is a heated greenhouse. The old radiators, those are not from the 19th century, but still very old. They are from sometime during the 20th century. Let's see what they have here. Yeah, of course you cannot compare it with modern giant greenhouses. Technology has advanced a lot since then. And as you can see, it's not being made to house those plants all year round. Pretty much everything is in pots. Pretty much everything. Yeah, this is also an old Italian tradition since the Middle Ages and especially since the Renaissance. They had all those potted plants in their castles in parts of Italy with climate which was not mild enough to keep them outdoors all year long. And in winter they would put them in so-called orangeries, in these old greenhouses. And they're in pots so that you can move them out in summer and use them to decorate your parks and gardens. Which banana is this? Is this also Musa basio? Outdoors there were a couple Musa basio with chopped off leaves. Oh no, this is a Musa X paradisiaca, so there seems to be some edible banana. However, not a single bunch of bananas here. Quite a palm collection. They also had a lot in the cold greenhouse and even some outdoors. Seems like somebody here likes exotic fish. Couple ferns. Well, Plumeria rubra. Oh, this Plumeria rubra doesn't look good. Just wanted to comment that in other parts of Italy it would be put outdoors, but this one, no, this one is only going to the trash, nowhere else. Pity, pity, pity. Lots of little shrubs and trees. Yeah, most right now, very few have flowers, and I haven't seen a single fruit now in early May, which is a pity actually. Oh, here the ant acacia. Ants live inside those big spines, inside those big thorns. I'm falling asleep, folks. I'm not feeling too well now. Jatropha curacas. This was one of those poisonous things where some people were still eating it. Yeah, if I learned something while researching fruit, it is that everything except if it's a very big hard rock or a very big piece of metal, everything that's not a hard rock or a big piece of metal, everything that's not a really huge hard rock or a really huge piece of metal will be eaten somewhere in the world. Even the most toxic and unpalatable plants. They have a nice coffee collection. Yeah, so in southern Spain and southern Portugal they already plant coffee outdoors. Italians, of course, they are famous for their coffee. I think they could start planting some in the south, maybe in Sicily or so outdoors. Oh, a chirimoya. Those also grow outdoors in Sicily. Papayas, Tito, Timocarpus longan. I haven't seen it in Sicily, but I think it would grow there. Here, of course, no chance for those really subtropical to tropical plants. Spezie e arome. Those are spices and flavors. Beautiful, nice little spice and flavor collection. Well, they are doing what they can with their 19th century greenhouse, and it is kind of impressive. And I'm falling asleep. Sorry for that, folks. I think I'll go outside soon, drink a big coffee and a big bottle of water. A nice bowl full of Monster. Those can grow outdoors very well, even on the coast in northern Italy, much further north than here. But here we are inland and in the hills, so no chance for them to survive outdoors. That's why this wall is just indoors. Nice big palm here in the ground. Kapok tree behind it. Okay, folks, I'm too tired to continue. So this was the 19th century warm greenhouse of the Botanic Garden of Florence. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos, hopefully with a more awake film crew. Yeah, I'm the film crew. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.